Hey guys, Maca here from Melee.co, and in this episode I just wanted to talk about my performance on Tuesday because I actually think that it was potentially one of the best performances that I've ever had. And so, but we need to take into account what it was, and that was, it was an unpaid bracket on a smashfest night. So every Tuesday night we go to the same place and, we play a bracket which I organised. So I think there was 10 entrants in this bracket and I came 4th. So I was pretty happy with this. Before the night, what I had done, I had realised my worst matchup, well, probably not my worst, but one of my bad ones was Falco. So you can see Falco here, just kind of standing there doing nothing. But Falco was something that I really struggled with and didn't know how to work out the matchup. And then what I did was I watched a bunch of Armada videos playing different Falcos, not just the Westballz one where Westballz camps as a Falco, but I tried to mix it up. I think he played against Fruit Loop. I think he played against a couple of other Falcos that I watched. And I wanted to watch what he was doing as Peach against Falco. And one of the things that I noticed is he spent a lot of time moving around. When you stand still, Falco just seems to dominate you. Down airs are really easy for Falco to get. Down airs into shine, etc, etc. So I just found that Armada was moving around a lot, was using platforms. He was power shielding, I can't power shield. But I did that before the night. I did some practice just on here against Falcos, and I tried to play, like what I did was I just tried to 4-stock Falcos basically. So I turned on the stock control and I gave Falco 4. Well, let's go and do it. It might be more fun to watch. So, not human. We want CPU. So we'll make him Falco. We'll give him 4 stocks and computer level 9. And I gave myself 1 stock. And so this is what I was doing. And I was just playing random levels. And basically my goal was to 4-stock Falco. It's actually just gone and destroyed itself. So while that fixes up, so I did that before the event, went to the event, wasn't necessarily feeling confident or not. The first match I played was against a brand new guy, and so I won that easily with my secondary character, but that was a bit of fun. Then the second match I played was against Aussie Rob, who's the best Falcon on the Gold Coast. He beat me 3-0, but I think it went down to final stock either in 1 or 2 games. And there was one game where he clutched it out. The first game, I almost won against him. And so that was close. I was feeling good about that. And then I had to play Jedi Link, who's a Sheik main and who's definitely better than me. But I seem to perform pretty well against. He does beat me, but he doesn't 4-stock me or anything like that. It tends to go down to last stock. And be pretty close. So I played against him and he kind of sandbagged. He went as Falco in those, which is probably like his 3rd best character, but I 3-0'd his Falco. And, obviously he got 2 counter picks in that. I think we went to Pokemon Stadium twice or something like that. And I still managed to beat his Falco and do quite well against it. I think I may have 2-stocked him a couple of times or once or something like that. And so that then led me into a losers bracket again with Aussie Rob. And this was for, to go into losers finals. And I actually took a game off him. I think I lost the first game and then I think I won the second game on FOD. And then he, beat me in the next 2 games. And so I was really happy with that. I've never beaten him. I've never even come close to beating him in a bracket. And I know it's not a tournament, it's an unpaid bracket, but I was really happy with that. So overall, my performance last night, I felt like I was playing well. Like I was doing solid movement. I was moving around the stage really well. I was making decent decisions. They weren't all perfect decisions, but a lot of them were good decisions and better decisions that I would make in the past. I was whiffing lefts. I was, just concentrating more. And so I've got this set up. And so let's go ahead and try and 4-stock Falco. And so I've got a tournament on the weekend. Oh my God. I just tried to wave dash off the ledge and I died. So I've got a tournament on the weekend, which is a larger tournament up in Brisbane. with about, you know, probably 30 to 40 people will go. And so my goal is really just to make it out of pools. And so that's what I want to do. Another thing that Armada seemed to do against Falco was a lot of these really like low bears. And so that's something that I did that worked really well. So if you're a Peach main and you're playing against Falco, move around a lot of low bears tend to work really well. I don't know why. Like, I guess when you're close, it works well. When you're further away, not so much, because Falco will just hit you with his lasers like he did there. Oh, and obviously trying to avoid that kick. So yeah, I was really happy with my performance. Was practicing a fair bit that week and on the weekend. So I was really happy with how I went. And so hopefully, you know, at the tournament on Saturday, I can repeat, I guess, the success that I've been having. Something that I've been thinking about this week as well is the ELO rankings. Everyone in Melee loves power rankings, and everyone seems to hate ELO because it's not accurate. And, you know, I agree to a point, because ELO changes constantly. Like, for example, on Tuesday night, Jedi Link sandbagged against me. So, but that goes towards ELO, and so that pushes me up the rankings, and that pushes him down the rankings. There's a lot of different scenarios where, you know, ELO might be out because players don't attend, or players attend tournaments more often. And often you'll have one event where someone just beat someone they probably shouldn't have beaten. Like recently, a couple of tournaments ago, just one of our unpaid brackets again, Aussie Rob beat Psych, who's the second best in Queensland. And, you know, obviously Aussie Rob jumped up, Psych went down. So for that week until the next event, when Psych came back and won again, Aussie Rob was doing well and Psych was down. And so people love power rankings because it's an assessment of who's the best in the world, or who's the best in your area at this point in time. But I actually like the changing nature of ELO, and to be like, well, you are number one most of the time, but not right now because you lost, and you need to work to get back to number one, rather than, you know, you lost because you sandbagged, but you're still at number one. Or I was watching a Tafo talk where, you know, he still credits PPMD right up the top because of heritage, even though he's saying PPMD saying he's not coming to tournaments anymore, and the performance of the Battle of the Five Gods wasn't very good. So power rankings are just, like, both of them are wrong. Like, if you look at results at the moment, who's best in the world? Is it Armada? Is it Hungrybox at the moment? And you could argue either way. Hungrybox at the moment, right now, given the latest results, is the best. Like, Armada won Genesis, but then Hungrybox won Battle of the Five Gods. Hungrybox won DreamHack. It'll be interesting where Smash Summit is going on as I record this. So it'll be interesting to see who wins Smash Summit. But if Hungrybox wins Smash Summit, then, you know, he should be ranked number one in the world. And it's annoying that we need to wait 6 months or 12 months for the Melee.co rankings to update in order for him to be classified best in the world. So I like the way that tennis and the way that surfing and stuff do it, is that you kind of reset every single year. So you have events that are staple events, and each year, depending on how you go in that event, or whether or not you attend that event, affects your ranking in the world. So let's say a tennis player injures himself and is out of action for a year, and he doesn't attend events, then that's going to affect his ranking on, you know, the global scale. And the same with, I'm pretty sure it happens the same with golf and all of that sort of stuff. So I like the idea that things should fluctuate. Obviously, everyone has their own opinion, and very few people agree with me, and that's fine. It'll take a long time until we have set majors. This will happen in the US, where you have set majors, and those are worth X amount of points, you know, to a final playoff or something like that. So, but I do like ELO. I know that it's not completely accurate. I know that it fluctuates, but the reason that I like it is because it encourages people to go to events. If you go to events that count towards the ELO of your local region. If you win, then you get points. If you lose, obviously you lose points. If you don't attend, then you just stay stagnant. But generally, your ELO will go up over time as you attend more events. And so I like that it rewards people who attend events versus power rankings where someone might leave the scene, have not attended any tournaments in the last year, but you're still ranking them up high, because if they did one day decide to come back, chances are they will probably win a tournament or place really highly in a tournament. So they still get ranked up highly, but there's no incentive for them to come back to play if they want to keep that power ranking alive. And as you guys know, we play Melee because we're competitive people. That's why we play this competitive game. And so it makes sense to have a ranking structure that is competitive in nature, where people can compete, can improve, and not one where, you know, the human element plays such a large role and it takes so long to update. Like, it seems ridiculous that it would take someone 2 years to get on the local power ranking. Like, there was a guy, Nico, who's a Captain Falcon, who's really good, probably, you know, top 7 to 10 in Queensland. And I think he was saying for 2 years he wanted to be on the power ranking, and it took that long because they just don't update it. Another thing, obviously, with power rankings is that they're generally organized by the main, like the best players in the area. Otherwise, they lack credibility. But then that is also a conflict of interest because the best players want to stay at the top of the power ranking. And so, I don't know. There's no perfect solution, and power ranking is important, and I hate to diss it, but I, as a lower tier player, currently prefer ELO over power rankings and will so for the foreseeable future. And I just like, Falco. I like encouraging newer players as well. ELO, they attend a tournament, they can see instant results in their ELO, whether it means they're going down, whether it means they're going up. It doesn't really matter. They're getting that feedback and they're getting that growth. And that's definitely motivated me as a player and made me want to play more. And so, I don't know, just something that I've been thinking about. I wish there was a way in my region to have ELO, but to have games that were older than a year reset. I think that could be a cool strategy. I don't know, if anyone has a better strategy of how to rank players from a local region, it'd be awesome to hear of that strategy. But at the moment, I'm just going to do some tech practice, just basically practicing my wave dashing for the tournament tomorrow. I've been interstate for a couple of days and haven't had a chance to practice, and so really need to get some practice in tonight for the tournament tomorrow if I want to perform well. And something that I learned from TOing my last tournament is don't go straight into competing. Make sure you do some hand warmers, make sure you do some tech skill practice so that when you do go into games, do some friendlies, so when you do go into games that you're more prepared. Because when I TO'd, I didn't play all night, went straight into my first event and did horribly, and so many missed inputs. I was just not very happy with my performance. So I'll be doing more practice. I'll do some practice tonight, and then I'll do some practice hopefully when I get there before I go into the event. And my goal for the event is just to get out of pools. That's it. I've gotten out of pools once, and I did pretty well at the New Zealand tournament where they just had a bracket. But I've only gotten out of pools once, and it was a time when like 5 of the top 10 players weren't even there. So if I can get out of pools again, I will be an extremely happy man. Oh. Okay, I just worked out why my air dodges were stuffing up. But yeah, if I can make it out of tournament again, I'll be a very happy man. Obviously, I would love my ELO ranking to go up even more because I perform well, but, you know, I'm not going to be too hopeful. We'll see how we go, and I'll try my best. So I think I'll close it off there. I'm just going to keep doing some practice. I got to actually go do some work, so I'll make some videos for my other sites at the moment. And then, yeah, wish me luck in my tournament tomorrow, and I'll be back on next week to let you guys know how I go in the tournament, how I performed, and maybe, if we're lucky, we'll have a recording of a match. I do have the recording of the match with Aussie Rob where I won a game, and so I will be doing a match analysis of that to find out, okay, what did I do well? What did I do poorly? What do I need to think about in terms of playing against Captain Falcons? I'd love to have the time to do it before the tournament because I do feel like doing that sort of analysis, analyzing those matches. You know what I'm going to do next week is I'll analyze that match, but then I'll also go ahead and I'll watch some professional matches. So I'll watch Armada Peach versus something like Wizrobe or S2J or someone like that, or Gravy or something, one of the Captain Falcons, and I'll say, okay, what does he do as Peach that I can do? Because when I did that against Falco, it really improved my skill against Falco. And I played Jedi Link, he played as Falco. I think if I hadn't done that analysis, I might have lost. But because I had gone and done that analysis of how does Armada play as Peach against Falco, what are some of the things that he does? He moves around a lot. Even the low back airs that he was doing was really, really powerful and really helpful. So next week, that's the plan. I will do an analysis of my match with Aussie Rob. I will also look at what does Armada do well when he's playing as Peach against Captain Falcon, and I will try and imitate that, try and do some of those things. Might try and have a look at those tonight, what Armada does. Probably won't have the time to analyze my own match tonight, but I can look at what Armada does as Peach against Captain Falcon tonight. So when I go in tomorrow to the tournament, I've got a better idea what to do. That's it from me, guys. Peace out. Until next time, keep calm and play Melee.